Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 173. In today's video, live from my hotel room in Phoenix, Arizona, on tour with ABBA Tribute Band, SOS, direct from Sweden, the music of ABBA. I'm going to show you how to mix the Major Minor Pentatonic Scale to sound awesome, or totally awesome. I'm going to get right to that in just 1 second. I just want to say hello to some of my friends here in the chat. Real quick, give you a round of applause. Paul, Meryl. See that applause button works. There we go. It works. Even here in Phoenix, Arizona, it still works. And Ozman. Very cool. Jeffrey Boyle. Give you guys both a round of applause. Hopefully you can hear me all right out there. I'm not quite sure where to look yet. It's right there. The camera's right over there. And it's a little confusing, but we'll get there. And all right, Paul, it's beer o'clock. I know that's right, beer o'clock. Hey, y'all. See, dude, where's the car? Why, is that in Arizona somewhere? Somewhere in the desert out here? Jeffrey Boyle, good to see you. So, yeah, dude, where's my car? I don't know. I don't know where the car is. But all good in the hood. So let me know if you can hear me out there, okay? In a little bit, I'm going to turn that. I have a separate camera here going on today, so I'll turn it around. I'll show you my amazing view that I have out the window of the mountains. It's really cool. See if you can hear this all right. Got my pedal board. I can even throw it on the pedal board. Hopefully you can hear that all right. If you can, let me know. Sounds good? Sounds awesome. All right, Wohop. Yeah, one of my favorite places to eat in Chinatown, where I lived for 10 years. So, bad A with money. Okay, love it. So cool. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me a little bit here. Billy, good to see you. Give you a round of applause. You know, what I'm doing here is, got a little bit of time today. It's kind of strange. It's 12 o'clock here in Philadelphia, in Phoenix. And, you know, it's, I wanted to go live 12 o'clock Eastern time, but that would have been 9 o'clock, and I haven't slept in a couple of days, so I wanted to get a few more hours sleeping in today. But, you know, what I'm doing here is, if you check this out, I'll put up a graph, and, you know, everyone knows this scale right here, the E minor pentatonic scale. And then, if you move up to the next position, you have, where is it? Right here. Right there. You have this position starting up here on the 3rd fret, or down here, but we're going up an octave. That's basically the 2nd position right here. What we're going to do is we're going to drop this down where it's normally this fret. We're going to do it on E, because I didn't have time to make the new graphs. I'm using just the 5 graphs that I have for the 5 shapes. So I don't want to confuse you with that, so hopefully it's not confused. And Billy, are those blue lava guitars any good, worth buying? The blue lava guitars, I don't know about that. Blue lavas, what those are. But you know, speaking of different guitars, I'm actually playing. I played last night and today, a couple shows over that's why I'm here in Phoenix. I'm playing at the Musical Instrument Museum. And it's a beautiful venue. I haven't seen the museum yet. It's all in one building. I'll even show you. It's right across the desert over there. But apparently they have some of the most amazing instruments in the world. I don't know if they have any of the blue lava guitars quite yet, but I'll look into those blue lavas. That sounds interesting. Osman, I'm in your time zone, so it's all good. So you're used to watching around this time. That's so cool. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in New York, back in my hometown. So very cool. So we're in a good state right here. I still get confused with all of it. I'm on the Mountain Time. I thought it was Pacific Time on the West, but they're both 3 hours behind. I don't know. I'm still learning that. But so yeah, what I'm doing is I'm just mixing these two scales. You know, these fingerings. Usually when you're playing E minor pentatonic, you go. Right, and then you go up to here. Up there. So, but one cool thing is really this is like a G major pentatonic, that second shape of E. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to go right back down to E. I'm going to play that same E minor. I'm going to play that same G major pentatonic, but over the E. So now I have E major pentatonic. You know what I mean? Oops. Then you have E minor pentatonic. Got a lot of distortion on here right now. I'm trying to show it off my IRX pedal. So hopefully you understand. If you do, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. We usually go live every Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Today I'm 12 o'clock Mountain Time, because we are here in the desert in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA. Now I'm going to get copyright claim for that. Come on. All right. Never heard of a blue lava guitar. Me neither. Honest man. We got to check them out though. We have to check them out. Blue lavas. It sounds really cool. I don't know how they look. They probably melt in your hand. That would be, or they're really hot. Oh, by the way, what are you drinking out there today? Are you drinking coffee? Coffee? However you say it. Wherever I go, there's a JC mug somewhere. So yeah, really, really cool. I'm gonna take these graphs down for a sec. And so you get the gist of that for right now. But never heard of blues. Okay, Billy. I have to figure out how to blow the size of this comment up so I could see it. I don't know. Maybe now is not the time to figure that out right while I'm going live. But I tried to do it earlier and I couldn't, so I could see. Oh, actually, you know what? I could do that. Not over though. I could see it. I'll just strain a little bit. But Billy, it's a smart guitar. Either, I was just wondering if they're worth it. It's a smart guitar. What do you mean, like a computer, like a smartphone? A smart guitar where it's like, does all kinds of computerized stuff? I can only imagine a smart guitar. I'm just kind of blown away by that. But yeah, any kind of smart anything would be pretty cool. I never heard of it or the concept or anything. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Carbon fiber. So really, it's made of carbon fiber, so you could just like bring it on a plane and just no case or nothing, just throw it, and you could say, Sorry, my eye just got all weirded out from the bright light there, but carbon fiber would be cool. Just, you don't even need a case, just check it. Who cares, right? Everything built into it. Yeah, that is super cool. Does it have strings and stuff like that? I can imagine like a guitar that has strings on it, but it's always in tune. The strings are there just to hit. They have nothing to do with the actual tuning pegs. That would be really cool, because then you don't have to worry about tuning at all, ever. You know, I would totally love that. But really trying to get into this E minor pentatonic shape here, right? What do you like? This distortion, I kick on my boost. Minor. And then I'll just play over the same shape. I'm going to play E major pentatonic. Back to minor. In the same area, which is really cool. All kinds of sounds out there. I got a microphone going on here that's a shotgun mic, and it picks up pretty good. Picks up the rattlesnakes out there too. It's a Gibson. Gibson had a tuner. Yeah, I remember those things. Yeah, I remember that. You had a little thing right at the back of the fretboard, and it's you would just hit the button, it would just turn all the things. That's pretty cool. And you could also do different tunings with it too, right? You could also like do all kinds of altered tunings, things like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. And yeah, cool technology. Trades don't lie. What's happening? Welcome. What mode is this technically? Interesting question. Well, you know, it's a good question, and I wasn't really going to bring that up, but it's really not a mode, so to speak, because I'm playing this pentatonic scale. It's more of a scale. It's a pentatonic scale. Or major pentatonic. The most important thing is understanding the difference of the sound. Minor. Sad. Or happy. Then I have so those are two scales, E minor pentatonic, E major pentatonic, and they could be used in a variety of ways, and most rock and blues players mix those two. You might have seen people do this. Let me just answer your question real quick. If you combine both of those, you got this. Then you have the minor seventh, and I like to talk about intervals. We'll go down the minor pentatonic scale, the root, the seventh. Then you have the sixth, major sixth, as part of the major pentatonic, right? So you have this note. You have the fifth, which is in both scales. You have the fourth, which is in the minor pentatonic. You have the third, which is in the major pentatonic. You have the minor second. So it's like a hybrid scale is what this is making. But I'll get to the mode part in a second. Then you have the second, which is in the major, and the root. So altogether you have this. that sounds like a hybrid scale is what it is. But it's closest to the Mixolydian mode, which would be this mode right here. Which fits perfectly over a dominant chord, a 7th chord. Like that. Because you have the chords of the arpeggio. So, hopefully that answered your question. It's really like a Mixolydian mode, but today we're talking about just pentatonics and how they mix between major and minor. Because a lot of times people, you play in this position. But a lot of times people, when they play that, it's not even over a minor chord. If it was over a minor chord, it wouldn't sound as bluesy. It would be, or it would be blues. Depends on the context of the rhythm. But it's like, you would really emphasize the minor note. As opposed to, sometimes you could bend that minor third to a major. You know what I mean? Like that. So, but when you throw in that major pentatonic, man, you really sound major right there. Listen to the difference. Minor. Major. Minor. Major. There's that major 6th in there as well. So you're welcome, Cherries. Thank you for the question. Really, really cool of you. I love questions, and I love questions. Nobody loves questions more than I do. I didn't just go there, did I? I did. So, we got some time here today. We're gonna have some fun, and we're in the mountain time, so it's really only 12:16. I think it's 2:40. Wow, it's a plane or a hot air balloon. Looks like a Goodyear blimp. All the way, that's really, really crazy. It's a UFO, something. You never know what you're gonna see out here in the middle of the deserts. And but I got to leave at 2:45 Mountain Time to get to the show. We have a 4 o'clock show and a 7 o'clock show. Early ones today. 2 shows with ABBA, direct from Sweden. SOS, direct from Sweden. The music of ABBA. Great band, great people. Having a great time touring the West Coast with them. You might recognize something like I'm not gonna play all the hits. Maybe all right, so we digress. But we'll go back to the rock. Put these graphs back up here. And I took them down because I didn't want them to be too confusing because they're not indicated correctly. As you can see, this one is the E minor pentatonic. It's labeled correct where it's either open, and then this one is really the extension. It's the second shape of it, starting on the G note. But it's really, it's the same thing as the E minor pentatonic position too. Oops. Or it's an extension here. But we're going to take this and we're just going to move it down. This one over here, where the root note, which is normally on G, I'm going to shift it all the way over to E. So like this. So technically all that really is doing is, you might have seen this trick right here, where you take here's the E minor pentatonic. If you go down 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, or a minor third, play the same thing as up here. Here. You're going from minor to major pentatonic. So here's a minor pentatonic. Here's major pentatonic, E. So that's the way most people look at it, pentatonics, and they'll play it that way. Like it's the same thing. Here's minor, major. What's interesting is what I showed you before, taking this G pentatonic and move it down to E, it's the same notes. So take your, pick your poison. It's the same notes, different way of playing it. Really doesn't matter, it's both the same. Really depends on which way you like to play it. It's all just different shapes. Really what's important is that you know the intervals. Get the third, the second, here get the first, the second, the third. A lot of people like to play it like this because they're familiar with this position, this pattern. And it sounds completely different over an E major chord. As opposed to this. You have E major, you have E minor. Just by moving that up. E minor, E major. Pretty cool, right? Any questions about any of this stuff? Please let me know. I'd love to know how you're doing out there. Click the like if you like. Well, what if you don't like? There's another button there, but we don't want to hit that one. You're like, thank you very much, Paul. Very cool. Hit that like button. And have a drink on me. Yeah. Waking up today. This tour life is a little tough sometimes, but this is the most fun I have, is getting together here with you guys, playing guitar. It's a good time. I have fun playing the shows, obviously, but this is a great time too. I look forward to doing this, especially on the road. It's different. It's more of a challenge. Trades don't lie. What cage shape is the minor and major? That's a good question in regards to this in this context? Man, you're reading my mind out there, Trades. Thank you. Great question. What cage shape would it be? Well, you know, if you're playing this one position right here, the regular first position minor pentatonic, that's the E shape. Why is it the E shape? Because look at my hand right here. I'm playing an E chord shape. When I say shape, it could be anywhere. This is an E shape over an A, E shape over a G. Don't let the E confuse you. E is just because, look, that's an E chord. That you know. Play it up here an octave, octave. E shape, and I'm playing that. I'm right in here. I'm in this position, the E shape pentatonic. E shape. Now, if I was to play it down here, or check it out, even if I was to play the E major pentatonic, it's still E shape right here. Why? Because I'm in the same position. And look, it really makes sense because I'm playing this E major chord. All those notes of the pentatonic are pretty much in that chord. Here's the third, fifth. The only one that's not really in there is the sixth. You know? That whole thing, minor pentatonics, right in there too. So you can see in that chord, you get the roots, the fifth, the octave, third, barring the fifth. That's most of the notes right there. It's four of them. Or 1, 2, 3. Right? So now if I was to go down to the E major down here, that would be a different shape right there. It would be the G shape. Because look, here's the chord, a G chord. It's like this, right? You know, this G chord right here. If I slide this all the way up to E, now it's an E chord, like this. Which no one really plays it like that. You know. They would play it more like this. They would break it down into segments of right down here like this, the lower extension, or the higher one, like that. So it looks just like a G, right? I mean, but if I was to play the E, but it's an E major chord. So you could play that scale just like this. You're in that position. G shape. You can even play the E minor, which we didn't get to quite yet because we're going to do that right this second. And thank you very much, Trades, for that great question. I'll give you a round of applause for that. Really, really cool. Mind blowing. Awesome. I almost sensed that you knew this already. And you're just seeing if I knew it. But you probably knew, you know, enough of it. But thank you if I helped at all. You know, thank you very much for that, for bringing that up. 'Cause it's a good point. I wasn't going to even bring it up. I wasn't going to relate it to this context. But I think that if we go back to here, I'll leave this one up again. It's this standard first position, and I think where's the other one? I think it was this one. Yeah, there's the fifth position, which is really, really cool too, this fifth position right here. If you're enjoying this so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I do go live every Sunday. I got this hum going on here, huh? Usually I hate that stuff, but today it doesn't really bother me. It's probably bothering you. I just like the sound that I'm getting from this distortion, so but I'll keep it down. I'm not playing. So E minor pentatonic. If you play it down here, this is E minor pentatonic as well. It's the fifth position. So I'm going down here. Right, just like that. But if you were playing E major pentatonic down here, you know, the G shape, so to speak, like that. You can go ahead and play the E major pentatonic. No, you can play the E minor pentatonic in the same shape right here too. Same G shape, but it'd be G minor. Because you're going to play this fifth position E minor pentatonic over that. You're essentially overlapping them, or what is the correct word I'm looking for? You're superimposing these scales on top of each other. So it sounds like this. E minor pentatonic. It's just in a shape that you may not be used to playing in. This is the same notes as this. Look what happens when you superimpose them over major. So now you can blend the two. Minor. Major. Minor. Major. Minor. It's a nice way to blend the two on top of each other. All right. Is that bad practice? What? Oh, let's see, I missed something here. Let me just close this off for a sec. Well, I like the way it's lit up so I could see which one. Oh, I didn't know it did that. Let's go. Remember, remember, make up my own words here. Rather than use the pinky on the sixth string, oh, that up here, okay. Rather than using the pinky on the sixth string, I like to slide the fifth string back toward the neck. I like to slide the fifth string back toward the neck. Is that a thing? Rather than sliding the using the pinky on the sixth string, I like to slide the fifth string back toward the neck. Not quite sure what you're talking about there. Rather than using the pinky on the sixth string, okay, pinky up here, like right up here, pinky on the sixth string, or anywhere, wherever your pinky is, I like to slide the fifth string back toward the neck. So now I'm down back to the fifth string. Is that a thing? Or is that bad practice? I mean, you can't type. I know. I'm not quite sure because you're kind of telling me about the fifth string and the sixth string on there, so I'm not quite sure. The low E sixth string, low E sixth string. You mean like that, where you play your pinky on the sixth string down here? Well, I think I know what you're saying here. It's cool to understand the shapes, right? Like if I'm in this E major position right here, which would be technically, what position. This is the first position right here. So it's really, this is the first position, E major. So that's really the fifth position, E minor, right here. E major pentatonic. A lot of people do this position in major. I don't really do it a lot for some reason. Even though it's so popular. I guess I do it. I do that riff all the time. You have that major rated. You know, if I was keeping true to the position, it would be like with the pinky, like you're saying. And I went to minor, the true correct position would be. But in all reality, it doesn't matter what fingers you use on this. Whatever's comfortable. Like it's awkward. You know, in this position, I'll use all my fingers. I'll slide. Instead of going, I'm using this finger, I'm going down here. Look, I'm going like this. My pointer, which normally using my middle finger, I won't give you the middle finger. Right there. I mean, there's some benefits to using those positions, and it's good for strengthening your hands. It's good practice. It's good for being able to quickly go to different shapes. Like if you were doing something like, you know. So, you know, the positions and the fingers are cool to get into other stuff, but they really don't matter. Like whatever sounds good, you know? Here's the position. Look, I'm not using the right fingering. I'm just playing whatever feels right based on the riff. Like if I was in that position, I couldn't do this riff. Like my finger wouldn't be here enough to do that. You know, I'd have to use this finger. And that would be very difficult. I'm used to doing those double stops with these two fingers. Because I have strength now with these two to bend that up. You know. Hopefully that answered your question a little bit. Man. I think he means if you're in E minor pentatonic, instead of going to the 15th fret on the 6th string, he goes from the 10th fret on the 5th string. Oh, okay. So instead of the 15th fret on the E string, goes to the 10th fret on the B on the 5th string. 15th fret. To the 10th fret on the 5th string. Well, 10th fret would be down here on the 5th string. I mean, there's lots of different places we could hit the same note. Right? Minor pentatonic, going to the 15th fret on the 6th string. He goes to the 10th fret on the 5th string. 10th fret down here. 10th fret on the 5th string will be here, right? That's a great way to blend the two together. kind of like doing the pentatonic this way. Which I had another lesson where I did pentatonics on just going diagonal instead of horizontal, doing the pentatonic scale. But either way, the whole idea of this concept is to superimpose these positions on top of each other. You know what I mean? Superimposing. So, yeah. We now know Cherry counts strings from the bottom. That's a good question. Oh, wow. What did I just do? That was crazy. I just dragged something in a weird place right there. It doesn't matter. Things go crazy on the back end here. Just goes crazy. I don't know what's happening over here. But it's pretty funny. I don't know why it's not my comment. That comment's not showing up. I moved your comment looking for Crossroads to a document by accident. So we now know that Cherry counts strings from the bottom. So yeah, I mean, I would count this as that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 string. Technically, that would be 1. Or do you count it from the low E? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really know how I do that. I guess it's kind of random. I always thought the 6th string was the low E. 6. I guess it is. We'll have to look that up and see. I don't know. Check that out and let me know. I should know that, right? I think I would normally just kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, the 3rd string. I really don't know. I can't think. My brain's not really working on that. Yeah. Very cool. But the whole idea is just to superimpose these scales on top of each other so you could play major and minor on top. You know, if you had like a progression that was like an E and a D, A, start off with like a E major riff of the. All this E major stuff. You could switch it up with minor. Minor A. Especially over the A. To hit that minor pentatonic, E minor. Find a way to go back to major when it goes back to the major chord. Right? the same thing. E. You do minor, then switch to minor. Going off the rails a little bit, having some fun. Any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. I like groovy stuff. Let's see if I left anything out over here. Sorry about the graphs. If you want any of these correct graphs, I will remake them with the correct titles and positions. Just send me an email, info@jerrycherry.com, or a little bit later on today or tomorrow when I usually make a vertical video out of this. Like, I condense it down to 1 minute, if you could believe this. This whole video I squeeze into 1 minute, and I post it like on a YouTube short in a few days, or a media I'll put up on like social media stuff, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, things like that. So if you're not checking that out, I have all the charts and graphs there. But then I'll shoot you an email too if you want them. info@jerrycherry. Send those to you. Osman, need to get to see you all soon. Jerry, have a great show. All right. So cool of you for hanging out with me for a little bit, hanging out with us a little while. Very, very cool of you. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Trying to figure out how to use my little trackpad here. It's doing all kinds of weird stuff. So, what else we need to do here today? Connecting these scales together. And it doesn't really end right there. I mean, there's so much you could do with all that stuff. Oh, I didn't see this one. Do you only switch between major and minor when the chord changes? That is a good question. Let's go back a second here to this one. This question, what you're saying is, can you talk about the blues notes when superimposing each of the major minor? That's really, really cool. And this, Osman, I understand. You looking? Yep. And switch between major and minor when the chord changes. Well, when you're playing the blues note in here, in the major pentatonic, in the minor pentatonic blues, right there. If you play the same thing in the E major shape, that blues note becomes the minor third of the note. So it's really cool that you don't have to change anything. When you play it in the shape right here, in the fifth position major, that blues note really makes the third of the minor, or the third, yeah, the minor third. That's what's cool about playing it this way, is that you have that, the blues note makes it a minor third. Sorry, I went off the rails on that one. Just experimenting, but yeah, really cool concept. And as far as switching, all right, later, Paul. I don't know if you're saying later to me or not, but if you're splitting later on, hopefully you stick around a little bit. I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon here, but really, as far as switching it up to major and minor chords, if you're on a minor, you have to be careful about that. You know, when you're on minor, doing like a minor blues, kind of like a. You got to play the minor pentatonic more. A minor. Stuff like that. Where if it's a major chord, you could still play that minor pentatonic. You could also blend in that major. Major, I'll play the minor pentatonic. Just sounds bluesy. Now over a minor, you can't play the major. That's the difference. On major, you can play major and minor, but on minor, listen to what it would sound like. Wouldn't sound right. It's gotta be over major. It's more forgiving. Minor. Or it's a melodic minor or harmonic minor, arpeggio. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, experiment, but you know, if someone's playing a minor, it's always going to be the case. If someone's playing a minor and you play a major, that's a big no-no. And it's the same thing goes depending on the context of the song. If someone plays a major and you play a minor, it's gonna sound like a, you know, like a sharp, what do they call it? A sharp 7, sharp 9 chord in jazz, but it'll be like, you know, kind of like this, or the Hendrix chord. Not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're doing some kind of proper major chord and you hit a minor note, it's a lot. But in the context of blues, that's really the sound of blues, is that minor note But a lot of times you're going to bend that minor up a half step. That's what gives it that slight bend too. So check it out. It's like in blues. Totally makes sense. Awesome. So I'm bending that minor note. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you had some fun here today. I'm going to wrap it up right about now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Trades. Don't lie. So cool to meet you here today. I'm not sure if you have been here before. If not, welcome and thank you so much for the great questions. Really good stuff. Paul, thank you so much for hanging out with us here today. Awesome. Ozman, you rock. So cool of you for hanging out. Love you all and looking for crossroads. All my peeps here today rocking out. Hopefully you got something out of this. And I really enjoy coming out here doing this from wherever I am, on the road, on tour, Billy Bully. Some great questions. All you guys coming through, hanging out with the good stuff, because that's what we're here for. Jeffrey Boyle, we're here to get better on guitar, help each other, learn from each other. That's what music's all about. Sponging. Definitely coming back. All right, well, I try to do it once a week. Usually I go live every Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern time when I'm back home in Brooklyn, New York. But, you know, I've been touring a lot, and I do it from my hotel room whenever I can. Generally as close to Sunday at 12 o'clock Eastern time as I can. But today we're out here on the West Coast, and it's a little bit later, a few hours later. But we do it, even if it's on a Monday or another day during the week. We do it once a week. Generally Sunday at 12, though. 12 o'clock. Very cool. So thanks for hanging out with me here today. Very cool of yous. And, you know, I'll just do a little selfless promotion here for a second here. I do have, if I can find it over here. Where would it be? I don't know. I don't know where any of my stuff is. I'm not very prepared for this today, but I do have a course, guitar course called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. At the top of the description, you'll check it out. It's called Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. 3 points that I go through: fretboard memorization, because I think it's very important to understand how to get to any note quickly. And I go through 2 videos on how to do that quickly. And there's a section on the circle of fifths, where within that circle is where all the chord progressions and key centers lie, and it's really, really cool to know about the circle of fifths. And then I go through a whole section on blues. So it's 6 videos, 2 videos on each topic, and there's graphs, backing tracks, and charts. So check that out in the description when we get a chance. I'd appreciate that. So thank you so much for spending some time here. Really, really appreciate it. It's cool. And you know, leave me some comments in the section. You know, what ways do you like to use the major and minor pentatonic scales? I know the way that I like to use them. I just went over that. But if there's any ways that you like to do it, that's, you know, I'd like to know about it, you know. And so leave me some comments about that stuff, you know, and let me know about that. And also, I did make a video on the 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale. So I'll put that up here so you can check that out later. 5 positions. So remember, guys, be cool, be kind. most of all, be cherry. If you want to see that extra video on the 5 positions of pentatonic, I'll put it up right over there. I love yous. See you in the next video. Happy Sunday. Happy playing. Love yous. Peace. All that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me. Really enjoyed you. Have a great day. Ciao.